Do you wish to improve your rapport with the people whom you interact with? If yes, this video is for you. My name is Sijit Salim and I am the host of the online TV show Caterpillar the Butterfly, and in this video we are going to continue talking about the third technique in building rapport with those whom you interact with. The topic is summarizing after a discussion. If somebody is explaining something to you, do you reply back with just summarizing what they just told you? You may ask, why that even matter? Like, they just told me that to me. Why should I summarize it back to them? It gives you two benefits when you do that. Number one, it actually get you be very clear about what they are saying to you, and you don't misinterpret the information they gave to you. Communication is not what you say; it's what other person understands. It's the same for that person as well. It's not what they say; it's what you understand. So when you summarize it back, it just clarifies your thoughts and makes you be very makes you understand the topic better than you just keep it in your mind and don't reflect back to them. But it also serves a second benefit, which is they feel that you understand them, which is an important point of rapport building. In fact, there is a third point as well, which I'm going to mention as well. But the very fact that you summarize the very fact that you summarized it back to them gives them a feeling that, hey, this person is listening, this person understands me well. It's easier to summarize an email thread discussion than it is to summarize a vocal conversation, because if you are telling me something and if I'm summarizing it back to you, then it actually shows me that I'm more intensely listening to you when you are talking to me, versus if you are sending an email to me, or you are chatting with me, then I have your text already there. So which means even if I'm not actively listening, which I'm not, because you are just sending the text to me, right? But when I'm going and when I'm reading those material or the email that I just got, I would now need to see, hey, this is my understanding and this is how I interpret this, and let me ask them, is it the right way? Is it the correct way? So let's compare it both. I'll give an example of how to do, like how to do it when you are, getting a verbal kind of a discussion and then you're summarizing it back. And then I will also give an example of an email conversation that you may get, and then how do you respond back. So let's say that you're working on a new project and you are launching the project, and there are a couple of technical issues that are coming regularly, that you're looking to solve, which in my work that I work full time for, I do a lot of technical support, help to those whom I'm working with. So, and this person telling me that, Sajid, this is having a lot of issues. We integrated this and we are finding all these problems. It doesn't look right, and I think there is some technical setup that is missing. And they go on and explain the technical problem, and I'm sort of intensely listening to some of the keywords they mentioned, right? So it's not working, technical problem, and then explanation of this issue, and then he or she may end up saying that, can you help me fix the problem? So help me is a word they used. Fix the problem is another word they used. So in my mind, I'm actually creating. If I'm having like a journal, I may be noting down these points, or in my mind, I'm also thinking through these words. I'm kind of figuring out. So once they told this to me, I would reply back, and let's call this person John, for example. So, hi John, thanks for bringing up this issue. I understand that you have a technical issue that you're looking to solve, and this is the issue that you faced, and you're looking for help to resolve this issue at the earliest. Does that sound like the problem that we are going to resolve here. I just backtracked what they mentioned, but I summarized it back to them. I did not rephrase it. I did not acknowledge it because those are different techniques. But here I'm just summarizing the problem back to them. And they'll be like, yeah, right. This is a problem. And I'm glad that you found it. It helps me to be double confirming that I'm helping the right problem. Because sometimes they may come and tell me a problem, but it may be in a different product that I even don't have visibility into. Then when I tell this, hey, this is the problem, they say, oh yeah, this is not relevant to your work stream. It's fine. Like, okay, take it back. Just saves my time. And also, when I'm doing this, it massively builds rapport with that person because they feel you and they understand you and they think that you are actively listening. And anybody who is actively listening to us, we have their what I call appreciation and respect, and you earn that when you tell them to that. I do this very often when I'm having a conversation. So this was an example from a verbal communication, but let me give you an email communication. Email tend to be wordy because they may be writing a lot of things. So in the email, it's easier for you to restructure this and tell the answer back to them because you have everything in that email. So let's say they wrote a big email about a technical issue. Again, I'm going back to the same technical issue that we discussed. They send a long email about a technical issue. So what you will do, you'll just read it, and then you'll say, "Hi John." I'm responding back to John again. "Hi John, thank you for the email. I understand that you are having a technical issue with this issue, and this is your problem, and you're looking forward to our help to resolve this issue at the earliest. Does that sound right to you?" Right? Sometimes I won't ask them because that's like a validating it. I'm not validating my idea, but I'm just summarizing the idea because I just wrote that sentence. If it is wrong, then they're going to correct me back, right? So, but sometimes I do validate it because sometimes I feel I may not have understand them correctly. So I'm using the summarizing to validate my assumption. So in that case, what I will do is I'll say, "Hey John, I know that you're working on this. You have this technical challenge that you're looking to solve, and rest assured, you want our help to resolve this for you. Does this looks right with you on the problem that we are looking to address?" Again, I'm summarizing it and I'm also asking them to validate it. It also gives them an internal dialogue that, hey, this person understand me, this person looking forward to resolve this. I do this all the time. You send me an email, especially if I want to use this communication to build a rapport with that person. So especially after I solve that problem to them. Again, solution of this problem is just one example. It could be any work related thing, any personal related thing that they want to me. But this works like magic. Like you summarize what they tell you, they feel you understand them, you heard them, they have massive respect and massive, what I would say, influence. Like you have a massive influence on their mindset that you are not even aware of it actually. And that's why if you learn these strategies and put them to practice deliberately, and eventually you don't even need to think about this. Like when you talk to me, again, I may forget, but I am already consciously mindful that I'm going to summarize this for you. And it just happens automatically. So my brain is already starting connecting the dots. When I'm approaching the conversation with that mindset, I'm already a good listener. Again, when you are a good listener, automatically your communication to that person improves. Your rapport with that person improves, right? So typically we are trying to be a good listeners actually, like listening is the number one skill in rapport building. If you do not listen, then there is no communication. Like you are talking to me and I'm just looking at somewhere, you know right now I'm talking to you looking at the camera, but let's say I'm looking at like this, and okay, yeah, like this. Yeah, understand. Yeah, I know what you're trying to say. Yeah, I lost you. Right? You lost the connection and come back, come back, come back. So I have to be looking at you. I need to be listening to you. And you have my 100% attention. You have my full presence. Like at this time, nothing in the world matters to me than you. I'm looking at your this camera and saying, you. Everything is out of my mind. And I hope you can feel that, right? And when you bring that kind of presence to a conversation, then you intensify your listening ability. And these techniques are actually improving your listening skills, which eventually will help you to build a connection. And you want to help that person, right? Like why do you want to build a rapport with them? Because you want to help the person also build long-term relationship in a way that you are much better to manage expectations, manage work stream with them. It becomes so easy for you when you manage these techniques. And then they're also learning from you. Like we are all human beings. We are all kind of trying to learn from each other. So they're also learning from how you show up. And when you show up in this, when you show up summarizing, when you show up acknowledging, when you show up listening, being fully present, it all build that rapport, that connection with them. And at the end, they need to know you care. They just need to know you care. If you can show that you care, you won. So these techniques, use what is right for you. This is the third video in the series, and we have one more. But the entire communication training program that I do are to show that you care. I'm listening to you. I understand you. I'm here to help you. We are in this together. We are going to achieve this goal outcome together, and we are going to make this happen. And hopefully this is helpful to you right now. So going back to the topic, sorry for the little tangent over there. Going back to the main topic, we learned about summarizing. We learned about summarizing in a one-to-one verbal call discussion versus summarizing in a email. Verbal call discussion, summarizing in an like a online space, like in a Google Meet or Zoom, is much more easier than in person, because in person you're also managing their energy well, so they can easily catch if you're distracted. But in Zoom, yeah, they can catch it, but then obviously you can take some notes, and then other people in the room, so they're also, their attention is also a little distracted in that Zoom presentation or Google Meet. But when it comes in person, it's not like that. Like they can feel you if you are out of if you are not present, right? So when you're summarizing at that level, you have to do it on fly. And also it helps in your memory power. So there's a lot of benefit for you when you do it. But try it. Let me know how it is. Love to hear your feedback and comments. Again, I am trying to improve my communication when I share these videos with you. So let me summarize what I just told you. What I told you is in this video is, if I summarize it to you, summarizing what you just heard is a very good technique to build rapport. How do you do that? You summarize looking at their specific keywords that they used, and create a 1 or 2 sentence summary of what you just heard, and then repeat it back to them. You can do it through emails or in person, or first is in person or emails, which is because of the priority which I discussed. And then if you want to acknowledge it, and then if you want to know that did they, if you want to validate it, then you can also ask them, did I hear you right? Or does that feel right to you? Or like, how does that sound? Or did I accurately summarize this for you? Right? You can actually use many variations of it, but essentially it is, you're validating it as well. I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you do like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you want to get more of this video, I do 2 videos per week, one every Wednesday, which is my weekly book review, and my weekend video, which is mostly on communication, but I also cover other topics like productivity, leadership, health and wellness, and personal development as well. I share an email newsletter. I send it out. So if you want to be in that newsletter, please go to my Inner Circle website by going to sujitsinnercircle.com. You can sign up over there, and then you can be part of my community, and I can continue to serve you as we do this journey together. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of the day. I will see you in my next video. Take care.